Hello, welcome. I am very excited to explore Norway with you today. It is one of the Nordic countries in Northern Europe and shares Scandinavian Peninsula with Sweden and Finland. It is the 8th largest country by area in Europe and home to about 5.4 million people. That makes Norway the 28th largest country by population. The capital and the largest city is Oslo. This is their flag. The red and white is inspired by the flags of Denmark and the United States, reflecting Norway's historical ties and aspiration for independence and democracy. They also symbolize courage, peace, honesty, and generosity. The blue symbolizes the sea and the maritime history, connection to Sweden, as well as vigilance, truth, and loyalty. The cross is a common symbol in Scandinavian flags, representing Christianity and the shared culture and historical heritage of the Nordic countries. I like the Nordic flags. They are simple yet easily recognizable. Do you like them? Norway is truly a beautiful country, known for midnight sun, northern lights, skis, fjords, and mountains. Let's look at those in geography. Norway shares borders with Sweden, Finland, Russia, Barents Sea, Norwegian Sea, the North Sea, and Skagerrak Sright. Norway's territory also includes remote Arctic island of Mayen, the archipelago of Svalbard, as well as dependencies, Bouvet and Island located in the Subantarctic. The physical geography contributes to Norway's reputation as a country of natural beauty, offering diverse landscapes from rugged coastline and majestic fjords to expansive plateaus, towering mountains, rivers, lakes, and glaciers. Fjords that line the coastline along the North Atlantic Ocean are deep, narrow inlets of seas between the high cliffs. The Scandinavian Mountains is a major mountain range that runs through the western and northern part and covers almost half of Norway. Hardangervidda in south-central Norway is the largest mountain plateau in Europe. Galdhøpiggen is the highest mountain peak at 2,469 meters. Jostedal Glacier is the largest glacier in mainland Europe. 5% of the Norway is covered in rivers and lakes. These play a role in hydropower production, transportation, aquatic habitat, and domestic use. The longest river in Norway is Glomma, with a length of about 620 kilometers. The largest lake is Mjøsa. Its serene waters reflect the surrounding mountains, lush greenery, and charming villages, making it the most beautiful destination. Svalbard archipelago in the Arctic Ocean features tundra landscape and a unique ecosystem adapted to extreme conditions. Norway is one of the best places to enjoy midnight sun during the middle of the summer season. Isn't this one of the most beautiful countries?
History!
The earliest traces of human occupation dates back between 11,000 and 8,000 BC as the last ice age was ending. Between 3,000 and 2,500 BC, new settlers, Indo-European farmers, found home along the coast. Bronze Age and Iron Age cultures flourished. During the first 4 centuries AD, the people of Norway were in contact with Romans as 70 Roman bronze burial urns were found in Norway. But Romans never invaded Norway. By the 8th century, Norway's land was divided into several small Viking kingdoms. Harald Fairhair united some of these petite kingdoms in 1872 and became the first king of United Norway. About the turn of the first millennia, Christianity was brought into Norway by King Olav Haraldsson. He established Christianity as the kingdom's only lawful religion. At the height of the Viking era, Norwegian Vikings explored and discovered Iceland and Finland. Finland is now known as Newfoundland in Canada. The Civil War broke in 1130 because of unclear leadership who would become the king, and it lasted for the next 110 years. Norway expanded to include Iceland and Greenland under the rule of King Haakon IV between 1262 and 1264. In 1349, the Black Death spread to Norway. Within a year, it killed about a third of the population. Later, plague reduced the population by half by 1400. Many communities were entirely wiped out. Norwegian and Danish thrones created a union between the two countries under King Olaf. In 1397, under the leadership of Denmark Queen Margrethe I, a union was created. It's called Kalmar Union. It's a political union between Denmark, Norway and Sweden. Norway remained in the union with Denmark until 1814. So more than 400 years. The Denmark-Norway, the joint nation, defeated in Napoleonic War in 1814. Norway is ceded to Sweden. The union with Sweden is peacefully dissolved in 1905 and Norway became fully independent. During the World War I, Norway remained neutral, but Nazi Germany occupied Norway during the World War II. The Norwegian resistance played a significant role in the liberation effort. Norway joined NATO in 1949. The oil and gas reserves were discovered in 1960 in the North Sea, which transformed Norway's economy. Norway voted against joining European Union in 1972 and then again in 1994. Today, Norway is one of the richest and the most freest country in the world, and it sits at the top of Human Development Index with high quality of life, low crime rate, and socio-economical benefit that are envy of the rest of the world. Norway became a long way from its humble beginning with the Vikings.
People and culture.
Norwegians are some of the happiest people according to the World Happiness Report. Most of the population is ethnic Norwegians. There is also Sami people who are indigenous to the far north. Quans people who descended from Finnish immigrants and a growing number of immigrants from various countries, particularly Poland, Sweden, Pakistan, Somalia and Iraq. The official language is Norwegian, which has two written forms, Bokmål and Norsk. Sami is a minority language spoken by the indigenous Sami people in the northern part of the country. The predominant religion is Christianity, with Church of Norway being the largest. There is also a growing number of people identify themselves as non-religious. Norway is known for its rich cultural heritage, including traditional music, dance like howling and folklore. One of the popular holidays in Norway is Constitution Day on May 17th, which is celebrated with parade, traditional costume and public festivals. Sami people have their own unique culture and tradition, including reindeer herding, joik, a form of singing, festivals like Sami National Day on February 6th. Norwegian cuisine is deeply rooted in the natural resources and traditional farming and fishing. The traditional Norwegian dish include fårikål, a stew made with lamb or mutton with cabbage and whole black peppercorn. It is considered a national dish. These rapsball is a potato dumpling often served with salty meat or bacon, mashed rudebeka and melted butter. These are Norwegian meatballs. Fish dishes are popular, which include fresh, naturally dried, smoked and fermented fish dishes. I'm not eating the fermented fish. Did you know Norwegians came up with the concept of sushi and spent a better part of a decade marketing them to Japanese? Okay, that's it for food. Let's look at education. It is highly valued. Literacy rate is closer to 100%. Public education is free, which include higher education at public universities. Norway maintains a Nordic welfare model with universal healthcare and comprehensive social security system. Norway is renowned for its excellent work-life balance. The standard work week is around 37.5 hours, and employees are entitled to a minimum of 25 paid vacation days plus all the public holidays per year. Parental leaves are very generous. Parents are allowed to take up to 49 weeks with full pay. Let me go on a little bit more. Norway has consistently ranked high in the Global Quality of Life Index because of its excellent benefits. But like every country, Norway also has its challenge. High cost of living, particularly in cities like Oslo. Housing, food and transportation can be extremely expensive. The weather is also another challenge, especially during the long, dark winters in the north. You don't even see the sun for months.
Economy!
Norway's economy is extremely strong. GDP is around $575 billion. GDP per capita is over 90,000 USD, which is one of the highest in the world. Income levels are also high, with the average salary ranging around 55,000 USD. It also has the world's largest sovereign wealth fund with a value of over $1.4 trillion. By any measure, Norway is the wealthy country. As I mentioned before, Norway is not part of the European Union, but it takes part in EU's single market through European Economic Area. So, Norway's official currency is Norwegian krona, not euro. The major economic sectors are oil and gas, shipping and maritime, fishing and aquaculture, hydropower and renewable energy, manufacturing and industry, and tourism. Norway is one of the world's largest exporter of oil and natural gas. The petroleum sector accounts for a significant portion of the GDP, government revenue, and exports. Norway has a long maritime history, since the Viking. It is a major player in the global shipping industry and has a large fleet of merchant ships. It is also a leader in the maritime technology and services. Norway is the world's largest exporter of fish and seafood, particularly salmon. Fishing industry is well regulated and sustainable. Hydropower is the primary source of electricity, providing over 90% of country's electricity need. Norway is also investing in other renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. Key industries include machinery, shipbuilding, and chemicals. Norway is also known for its production of high-tech and industrial goods. Last but not least, tourism is an important sector, with visitors attracted to Norway's natural beauty. This is it for Norway. Hope you enjoyed this video, and Norway is an amazing country. I hope you fell in love with it. Norwegians are doing something right, don't they? If you are from Norway, let me know. If you are planning to go Norway, let me know as well. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now.